They will get after you. Where have they struggled a bit? It's on the rebounding end.
McLaughlin short. Second chance opportunity for the Commodores. Nickel will swing it around to Jason Edwards, 17 points a game.
And Nickel and Edwards have both had hot hands coming into this game, and Edwards with one of the quickest releases in college basketball.
Oklahoma going with Fears, Goodine, Godwin, Moore, and Miles. Jalen Moore is their leading scorer at 18.2 a game, third best number in the conference. Here's Goodine underneath, little ball fake, draw some contact, and he'll head to the free throw line.
You talk about this Oklahoma team. They are a fabulous shooting squad, especially in this building at home. Shoot at a high percentage the last 3 ball games, all at home, all over 50%. They run good ball movement. They pass the basketball. They share it. And the ability to do that, you make defenses chase you.
So Goodine at the free throw line. 6'4" graduate transfer out of Fairfield. He's played a lot of places. Played 1 year at Syracuse, couple of years at Providence, 2 years at Fairfield, now making his way to Norman, Oklahoma.
And wouldn't he like to play A&M all the time?
Oh,
two meetings, 34 one game, 24 the next, 14 of 20 beyond the three-point line.
Commodores going with Edwards, Nickel, Hogard, Magnon, and McLaughlin is their starting 5. And Commodores hot early.
Pressure by the Sooners, easily handled by Vanderbilt. Good pass, easy finish at the rim.
3 on the way, off the mark from Jalen Moore, but another opportunity here for the Sooners, perhaps. And a reach-in foul against A.J. Hogard, but the Commodores at the rim last possession.
Well, the Sooners put on a press, and the pressure did not bother Vanderbilt. They went right through it. The pass right on the money, an easy finish. And Vanderbilt just comes in, Dave, with unbelievable confidence of how they're playing. Defensively, they're solid. Again, they force turnovers, and they don't turn the ball over very often.
Here's the freshman Fears. Now to Miles. Fears with a long 3 and rattles that one home. Fears just 27%, struggling from behind the arc of late, so maybe see if that one doesn't get him some confidence.
And he is obviously a fabulous shooter. He was scoreless in the A&M game. You can't give him space. What A&M did was they got to him and made him put it on the floor, and they bothered him.
It went 0 for 5 against A&M. Foul against Oklahoma underneath.
But Jeremiah Fears has been double figures 18 of the 20 games. And if you allow him to catch it like this straight away, one of the better players in this league, especially this freshman season. He's kind of handled everything. I think back the 4-point play and the win against Michigan.
Had a career high 30 in that game against the Wolverines. Here's Edwards working on Fears. Cross-court pass, catch and shoot out of the corner, and worked perfectly as that one is buried from A.J. Hogard, a 30% three-point shooter.
Spacing on the offensive end is key for any team, especially this Vanderbilt squad. They'll put pressure on you off the dribble, and they move the ball so well. A lot of assists. Nice pass.
Two good offensive teams. Fears tries to pick up the miss, and on the way up, gets fouled, and he'll have some free throws coming. That one looks like that'll go against Tyler Nickel, his first. There's Mark Byington, his first year, of course, at Vanderbilt, 12th year overall. What a job he did at James Madison last year. Went 32-4, knocked off Wisconsin in the first round of the NCAA tournament, but has captured the attention now of the college basketball world in his first go at it in Nashville.
He's been on a pretty good run. If you think about 32-4 last year, 16-4 this year. Add those numbers up. What is that? 48-8. Good Lord, that's like 85, 80, 86% winning percentage. Very positive coach. Gives a lot of confidence to the players that play under him.
He's got Rick Ray, first chair on that bench, former Mississippi State head coach.
See how much pressure now Oklahoma, just man-to-man, somewhat just token pressure.
All right, knocked off 6th ranked Tennessee, 9th ranked Kentucky. handle the basketball extremely well. And when McLaughlin continues to play like that, stepping outside, hitting a three, man, they're tough.
Well, he's a terrific face-up shooter, and he's 6'7". He's making Godwin at 6'10" come out to guard him. He's not gone out there yet. McLaughlin will sit out there all day and just square up his shoulders and deliver the three ball.
That one's deflected. A little lazy pass by Fears. Here's Tyler Nickel back the other way. Takes it himself. Got a great screen from Chris Magnon.
Magnon, what a smart play, and he is a smart player.
Boy, Vanderbilt just so active with their hands defensively.
And this is a good matchup. Magnon guard Jalen Moore. I think Jalen Moore can be an all-league player by the end of this. He's playing like it so far this season.
Boy, there's Fears and what he can bring at 6'4" point guard, averaging 16 a game.
Now can the Sooners find a way to stop this Vanderbilt squad on their defensive end? Vandy's getting everything they want, good movement. They don't spend a lot of time off the bounce, the dribble.
McLaughlin, boy, he thought about launching another three. Gets it right back to Edwards. Hangs in the air, left it short. That rebound pulled down by Wagee. And a foul on the floor against Vanderbilt.
I think one thing that will surprise people, and has surprised people, Dave, this year is how good Vanderbilt is defensively. They're physical, they force these turnovers, and when they get it, they try to convert the other end. Tyler Nickel has played exceptionally well the last 3 ball games, pretty much on a heater. Catch and shoot kind of player, but you saw what he did off the bounce. He has averaged nearly 16 points a ball game the last 3. Another offensive weapon for the Commodores.
Hogard just picked up his 2nd foul, and we haven't played 4 minutes yet, so he's on the bench. Tyler Nickel also subs out. Our first look at Grant Huffman defending Fears.
And a tough assignment for Huffman. Fears, again, outstanding score.
MJ Collins also on the floor now for Vanderbilt. Kobe Elvis picks it up and has that one taken away. Another steal by the Commodores.
2 mistakes. One, you shouldn't pick it up, but once you do, your teammates. It's not your fault you picked it up after the second part. You've got to have your teammates help you out. Find an avenue to make a pass.
Edwards inside and got that one to go. Edwards just 6 feet tall.
Well, he's so quick off the bounce. And again, he's got a quick release, so you've got to guard him outside. And because his ability to stop and go to keep you off balance makes it very difficult to stop the shot from going up.
Here's Moore. Jalen has that one partially blocked. I think Magnon might have gotten him. That'll take us to our first timeout.
Vanderbilt off to a hot start on the road. They came in playing well. They've continued to play well. Share the basketball. Be aggressive off the bounce. And Jason Edwards, who has been fabulous all season, continues in Norman, Oklahoma. Against Kentucky was maybe the best half of basketball that I've really seen in the SEC play this year. Vanderbilt was special. Now they allowed Kentucky to get back in that game but still finished it off with another win. What a week.
Yeah, Kentucky started that second half on a nice little run, giving themselves a lead, but Vanderbilt did not wilt under the intense pressure of the Wildcats. And one of those moments, defining moments in a season, I think, when you look at it from a coach's perspective.
And you know, you put together a win like that. Now you go on the road. What's the formula for winning on the road? Well, we saw Missouri do it today. Get off to a good start. Vanderbilt 6 of 8 from the field.
Moore left it short right into the hands of Edwards. Boy, Missouri just absolutely dominated Mississippi State in the hump.
They are playing like a team that could be a 3, 4, 5 seed in the NCAA.
And they're still in the picture to win a conference title right now. 6-2 in the league.
A very confident squad, deep, got shooters, got rebounders.
Magnon,
nice cut.
Yeah, good give and go, but Magnon can't handle the pass. Last touch by Oklahoma. It'll stay with the Commodores. Well, there is Porter Mosier, who is now in his 4th year here at Oklahoma. 21 years overall. The Creighton grad in 1990 posted a 20-win season last year. Felt like they should have gotten in the tournament. Left out. Got off to a great start this year, but struggled in conference play, just 2-5.
Final Four coach when he took Loyola Chicago to the Final Four back in 2018. They have not had any answers, though, on their defensive end for this Vanderbilt team.
Wagee, too strong, gets his own miss, muscles his way in. And a foul against Wagee as McLaughlin down there battling with the big fella.
Underneath that has not bothered him.
Here's Tanner, the freshman guard out of Brentwood, Tennessee. Well, he's off to some kind of start.
41 assists and only 2 turnovers for Tanner this season.
And neither one of them were live ball turnovers. One was on a technical foul,
and the other was an offensive foul. So, yeah, it's the numbers he has are just mind-boggling.
And that's over 400 minutes of game action. Talking about Tyler Tanner, a freshman that's doing this. He went 320 minutes, 320 minutes without turning a ball over. And he's averaging about 20 minutes a game.
As a point guard, ball's in his hands often.
It's unbelievable. It's hard to even quantify that.
His dad, Dwayne, was a great player at Rice. Still believe he has the old Southwest Conference, has a career records in steals and a single season record in steals.
Well, Tyler third in the conference in steals at 2.2 per game.
A lot of dribbling now for the Sooners on the offensive end.
And that's what happens. Careless turnover by Kobe Elvis.
And if you think of Porter Mosier's offense and the Sooners offense, it's movement of the ball and passing. Up the floor, get movement, find shooters. If the ball gets stuck, everybody starts standing. You become easier to defend.
Vanderbilt off to this great start, 7 of 9, but they're 3 of 4 from behind the arc. It's 2 of 6 for Oklahoma. They have hit 1 of 2 from behind the arc. Roberts just checks in, sets a nice screen top of the key. Nickel around the perimeter. It goes to MJ Collins.
Keep an eye on the spacing on how Vanderbilt, where they cut, how much movement they have.
Nickel strong take. And rebound yanked out of there by Glenn Taylor, the senior. Here's a freshman, Dayton Forsythe. Norweather gave up the 3, tried to hand it off.
You know, Forsythe getting more minutes game by game than 21 minutes in that loss at A&M.
That one is blocked by Nickel out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock for Oklahoma. Yeah, Sooners tough loss in their last game against Texas A&M, but I mean, that's a tough prep game. Texas A&M doesn't play like really anybody else in the league.
Yeah, for Buzz's squad, it's a tough prep. A&M dominated the rebounding statistic in that game and the free throw statistic. Oklahoma was in that game until the very end.
Step back.
And tough shot.
Elvis, shot clock buzzer sounds. Vanderbilt back the other way. Oklahoma hasn't had a field goal in the last 4 minutes. They've missed 5 straight. Boy, they have been shooting it so well in this building. That's kind of a strange number to say. Long outlet. Northweather. Count it. Fouled.
Fabulous pass by Kobe Ellis. Eyes were up. Northweather, redshirt sophomore, ran early. He took off, and look at the eyes and the attention of who's going the other way. Over the top, easy catch for his big man Luke. Easy finish. Young man from Jefferson City, Missouri, I'm very familiar with. Watched him play in high school.
Would you say it's a suburb of Columbia?
No. Jeff City's the state capital. 30 miles south.
And he played because you're at Columbia, Missouri.
He played at Blair Oaks High School. Outstanding team. His brother played. He's no longer plays there at Division II. Then played at Drake last season.
Come on, man. Have some fun with me every now and then. God. Nickel. No good. Rebound to Forsythe.
And one and done, that's what the Sooners want. They want to rebound and then be able to get in their offense quickly.
Got two guys that were the #1 players in their state last year. Forsyth here at Oklahoma, and Tyler Tanner, #1 player in Tennessee. Oklahoma on the board. Easy layup off the window. Cuts it to 3 now with 11:45 to go in the first half as Miles picks up his first field goal.
We will give Forsyth the assist on that, even though I thought he was throwing it to Moore. Threw it over his head. Another teammate there to lay it in.
Block shot on the other end by Moore. And we got an injured Vanderbilt player down at the other end as Nichols grabbing that looks to be left ankle.
And we talked about how well Nichols has been playing. Tyler Nichols the last 3 ball games. They've loved his offensive production.
11:29 to go. Timeout on the floor. Vanderbilt leads it by 3. But he pulled the ball out for a couple of steps, and that's when they blew the whistle with the injured player.
And I actually think he pulled the ball out because Jalen Moore was trailing, and he wanted to get him part of the offense.
Well, it's kind of an unfortunate situation if you're Oklahoma. Obviously, you had a 5-on-4 opportunity. And safety first, though, John. There's a turnover. Boy, Vanderbilt's so good at taking away the basketball from their opponents, and there's a foul. That'll go against Duke Miles. That'll be the first on Duke.
Turnovers on one end, foul on the other. I didn't see the foul, but the turnover. One thing about being an in-ball, if you in-ball the ball, throw it to the first guy you see. And once you miss a guy, now it becomes a forced entry to get in. And you take a look at what Vanderbilt does. 5th in turnover margin in the country. And they don't turn it over, and they force turnovers. Very good formula for winning basketball.
They forced South Carolina into 25 turnovers. The most they forced in a game since 2000. It was the most turnovers in an SEC game in 4 years.
And we were there.
We saw it firsthand. We saw all 25 of those. Vanderbilt ends a 3-minute, 15-second drought with those free throws, up 5. Northweather gets it to Forsyth. Oh, big screen. That's a moving violation against Jalen Moore.
He has been close to being called a couple times. Officials have been on it. Moore gets, he can extend those arms when he's setting the screen. I think when you do, I mean, it's easy to call for an official when it's that far away from the hoop because it's wide open.
That is 5 turnovers here in the first half already. We haven't played 9 minutes yet for Oklahoma. McLaughlin, top of the key.
Hogard back in the lineup.
Yeah, with those 2 fouls. McLaughlin on that low block. Boy, he just powers his way. What did Coach Mosier say? Sneaky good, McLaughlin.
Yeah, sneaky good. Great feet. And again, he carves out his own space. He catches it where he wants to catch it and then uses his big body, not the height so much, but he uses his body and the size. He's only 6'7" when he's in that post. 9
points for McLaughlin here in the first half. There's another takeaway. Magnon in the open court. He will throw it down.
What a terrific athlete, and he's full of energy. Good on the defensive end. He's a great ball mover when they have offensive movement. Man, active hands. How quickly did he get back?
Last possession before that dunk, Devin McLaughlin, the junior transfer out of Cumming, Georgia, by way of Boston College.
And here's what I mean. Carving out space, takes his body into the big, and there's no way to stop it. You're going to have to foul him. Look how deep he is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over at that stage. McLaughlin, who won that South Carolina game with a block on one end and the offensive rebound, putback, and free throw for a 3-point play on the other end.
Yeah, had that 11 points in those games. Of course, the last 2, the biggest is Vanderbilt won that game against the Gamecocks. But this young man played 2 years at Boston College, actually played in Vanderbilt last year. And as the ACC came a-calling early in the year, Boston College and McLaughlin certainly left his mark in that game. And when you know it, suits up at Memorial Gym now.
His Boston College team last year went to the NIT. They were close to getting the NCAA. They did not. 3 of those starters transferred. 2 are in this league. McLaughlin here and Claudell Harris at Mississippi State.
Forsyth wearing the little shiner on that left eye. Got popped in the Arkansas game. He's wearing it well.
It's tough for Oklahoma to find easy looks. Help and recover. That's the guy Vanderbilt can't leave open.
And they did, and Fears misfires. Magnon with the rebound, taking it down the floor himself.
He plays at a physical pace, doesn't he? Magnon does.
Here's Edwards. 7 points here in the first half. Young man averaging 17 a game.
And it is absolutely the quickest release in college basketball.
It's a 12-point advantage for Vanderbilt. Edwards now with 10. It's a 9-0 run by the Doors.
And it is so quiet here in Lloyd Noble.
Jason Edwards, 39% three-point shooter, now with 42 on the year.
Well, you always wondered, could he play at the higher level? Well, he's made his transfer, and he's had no problems scoring the basketball.
What do you think of that shot? You say it's quick, but it's kind of a unique.
Yeah, he's got his shot. It's not the standard shot, but it's his shot. And I'm sure he's taken it a million times, but it's the speed of the release. There's 2 things about shooting a basketball. 1, it's accuracy. 2, it's how fast can you do it? What's the speed? How quickly can you get it off? Well, because of his size, he's had to be able to get the ball off quickly his whole life, I'm sure. So when you see him practice, we've seen him at shoot-arounds, we've seen him in practices, and I mean, that thing is just split second, and it's gone.
2 fouls now on Magnon. Also a couple of fouls on Hogard, who stays in the game. Nickel. MJ Collins. Hogard. That ball's deflected by Fears. Shot clock at 10. Here's Edwards. He's being guarded by Goodine. Hits that shot away, and they just can't stop him right now.
Quick off the bounce, quick with the feet.
Just
stop,
quick.
pop.
Just quick. Think about it, it's quick.
Tough to defend.
Jalen Moore passed up the 3 to take it to the rack. Good decision, the former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket.
That's a physical drive, 6'7", nearly 215, 220. Edwards.
That was the old heat chip.
Yeah.
Here's Moore. Boy, does he get down the floor in a hurry, and they're going to call an offensive foul as the arm came out. We had a good angle on it.
It's got to be careful, too. They may want to check if he hit Nickel in the face with the forearm. Nickel getting back defensively, and Jalen Moore went right through him. See the arm? Maybe under the chin.
Almost a frustration foul there for Moore.
He has played a little more at a frustration standpoint today than I've seen him play all season. He's kind of had a mild season. I think mild meaning the way he plays has been fun to watch.
Moore averaging 18 points a game, 3rd in the conference, 4th in field goal percentage. Coming off 22 points, first Texas A&M. But he'll take a seat for a moment, regroup at 8:25 to go in the first half. McLaughlin takes it himself, and loose ball on the deck. It will stay with Vanderbilt.
Good help by Godwin. Get to the rebound, couldn't hang on to it. You know, it's always interesting when you watch Vandy when they run offense. McLaughlin can ghost the screen. He can set the screen. These are veteran players, first year playing together, but they all seem to understand how to play. So nice to have teammates that do that.
He's strong by Edwards. Rebound into the hands of Elvis. Here's Fears. Jeremiah Fears is fearless to the rim, and he'll head to the free throw line. Hey, our Saturday men's basketball quadruple header rolls on here on the SEC Network. Capped off tonight when 13th ranked Texas A&M takes on South Carolina in Columbia. Game time set for 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Every year there's a hard luck team in the league. It seems like South Carolina is that team, especially had such a great season last year, 15-3 in the league. But this year, everything that happened well for them went their way. Not this year.
Well, and they've been close to winning. And the tough part is when you don't get those wins that you think you have, whether you make a free throw or little things at the end, then it becomes in your head. But I think they'll get some wins. The league is so good. You just line up top to bottom.
Roberts triggers it in to Hogard. Hogard been quiet here in the first half. Those 2 fouls have kind of kept him at bay. Just 3 points.
He provides great leadership to this Vandy team. Here's Michigan State star for 4 years.
Kicks it to Edwards, trying to spin Elvis on the baseline. Now he'll back it out. Shot clock at 5. Hogard launches a 3. Got it.
Wow, veteran leadership. You know, only one of 7 players in Michigan State to go 1,000 points, 500 assists. Puts you in good company.
Yes. Boy, spins around the cylinder. I think it touched every part of the top of the rim.
And look how quickly Vandy gets the other end.
Boy, stutter step by Edwards right into some traffic and loose ball. That one's taken out of there by Glenn Taylor. Glenn taking it himself. Batted in the air. And 2 Commodores collide. Timeout on the floor.
A.J. Hogard, even though 2 fouls, back in late in this first half, and no problem. Leadership, defensively, offensively. If you play off him, he can shoot it, or he'll go by you. Commodores up big.
Just throttled Florida today. No Zakai Ziegler on the floor, and they win by 20. What a crazy lead.
Who'd have thunk that one, huh?
Not me. And then Missouri, we talked about it earlier, just wallops Mississippi State by 27 on the road. Don't forget Texas LSU also coming up tonight. Georgia, Alabama just now getting underway. Texas A&M, South Carolina. And then at 9 o'clock on ESPN, you know what's going on there, huh? John Calipari.
Cal is back. Hit Rupp. He'll be well received. Depending on what you want to think well is.
Right. There's Kobe Elvis getting that one to rattle in.
Sooners have 6 minutes. Figure out how to get a few stops and then some buckets. Now they're only down 10 and you're on your home court, but Vandy's done anything they want to do on the offensive end.
It has been really good offense by the Commodores. Hogard in the lane. Some good defense there by Oklahoma. But they kick it out to Collins.
And let's see how physical Hogard is. He doesn't allow you to steal the ball.
Boy, Tyler Tanner missed everything. Even McGee at 6'10" couldn't handle that pass.
Got to be able to make a better pass. It's a momentum pass, meaning you really need to plant your foot and stop your momentum and then put it just outside the rim.
That is 8 turnovers in the first half.
And Vanderbilt does that to you. They speed you up, force you to make mistakes, but Oklahoma's helping them by making unforced errors.
Here's Tanner. They try to double the ball. He backs it out. Now it goes to McLaughlin. Gets up on that low block. Edwards gets to the tall timber, taken away by Fears. 2-on-1 run out. Fears guarded by Tanner, and off of Fears. Well, there's a lot of contact.
How about that, though? It stands for a defensive play by Tyler Tanner. I think Fears has teammates to run with him. You got a guy on your right, got a guy on your left, and tries to go through Tanner. Pretty good play.
Again, these two freshmen, Forsythe and Tanner, looking eye to eye. It'd be great to watch those two young men grow up in this league.
What a pass. What a pass. Wow. What a bounce pass from Hogard up top.
11 now for McLaughlin. Taken away. Boy, how about Hogard stripping that one away? Magnon, kick out corner. Here's Hogard. Air ball. McLaughlin there to keep it alive, and then a foul against Oklahoma underneath. Rice and Goodine will pick up the personal.
We talk about leadership out front with your lead guard, and how do you play that? Watch this. Bounce pass between, it seemed like everybody. Has enough pace on it to get to his teammate McLaughlin's hands and for the easy layup. Really good first half for A.J. Hogard.
Here's McLaughlin. Approaching 5 minutes to go first half. It has been Vanderbilt since the opening tip. Edwards open three. Boy, he was hot early. He's been off the mark here his last 3 shots. Elvis. Off the back of the rim. Tyler lost it to Taylor, but then Taylor couldn't hang on to it. Tanner. Edwards. Scoop shot. Won't go. Forsythe back the other way. Oklahoma wanting to push the tempo. Here's Taylor. Elvis, corner three. Got it.
Now you mentioned it, Dave, pushing the tempo. If you get a rebound, go the other way. When you do that, you can find shooters. Don't let the defense get set. Good bucket by Elvis out of the corner.
McLaughlin, top of the key. Three is perfect.
Man, what a first half he's having.
His second 3 of the half. 14 points for Devin McLaughlin. Boy, good ball fake. Northweather kicks it to the corner. Forsythe. He hammers that one home.
A little bit about kind of what we thought started this game. Two teams that move the ball well offensively. Two teams that can shoot it well outside.
McLaughlin fouled on the way up. He'll head to the free throw line. Vanderbilt leads it by 9. Under 4-minute timeout.
Get to the end of this conference season.
There are just so many really, really good stories evolving, and I think a lot of these. Player of the year, I think Janai Broome certainly has.
No doubt.
There's him, and then there's kind of a gap.
Yep.
But as far as the coaches in this league go, I mean, there's a bunch of guys you could throw out there that are certainly up for it. The second half of this season will dictate who takes home that honor.
You know, where we forget sometimes, we don't throw in the names of guys at the top of the league like a Bruce Pearl. What he's done.
Right, because he does it so often.
Yeah.
It's become acceptable, but obviously, again, I mean, there's just, you could throw out anybody's name. I think every year when it comes to that, we look for the team that...
Where they were selected before the season started. And the two we've mentioned, Vanderbilt, Missouri, picked lower end. Now up towards the top.
Miles, strong take, can't finish it, and his third time is a charge.
Stayed with it. Again, you have the feeling the Sooners, only down 9 at home, they'll shoot well. Too many turnovers in this first half. And then on the defensive end, they've not had many answers for the Commodores.
And a turnover. Stepping on that sideline. That'll give it back to Oklahoma. You mentioned the shooting here at home. Oklahoma's 9-2 on the year, 50% from the field, 38% from behind the arc, 82% at the line. But it's the last 3 home games, though. 54% against Texas A&M. They shot 51% against Texas, and they shot 56% against South Carolina.
And you were here for the South Carolina game.
Great second half by the Sooners.
And you mentioned they are an 80% free throw shooting team. Do not get to the line as much as their opponents. Not necessarily an attacking the rim type team.
Here's Elvis.
Good defense.
Jalen Moore.
Wow, a lot of bumping defensively. Surprised there was no whistle.
A launch that draws nothing but air and a shot clock violation. A good defensive stand by the Doors. Of course, great non-conference run by Oklahoma. One of the last teams standing in terms of going undefeated, but once they got into conference play, things a little more difficult for this group as they're 2-5 in SEC play. There are some of those numbers.
Yeah, it does change when you get in a league like this, but think of what they did non-conference. You beat Providence, Arizona, Louisville to win the battle for Atlantis. You beat Oklahoma State, your arch rival. You beat Michigan. You beat Georgia Tech. A lot of things that made this Oklahoma fan base excited about SEC play. Then you get into this league, and it is not easy game in, game out.
Good hustle there by Dayton Forsythe, creates the turnover. And a nice ovation from the crowd. One thing he does bring, and that is a lot of juice to the floor. Dayton Forsythe. 3 consecutive state high school championships. There's Forsythe, guarded by Collins. Takes him to the rack.
Tough kid. Known as a shooter, but you could see what he did. Forced the turnover, got the basketball, then made the play at the rim.
That'll be kicked out of bounds by Roberts, and it'll go to Oklahoma. A little juice in the building now.
And who was a part of that? Forsythe knocked it away. Dale, Oklahoma. And if you're in Oklahoma, just east of Oklahoma City, look at this drive. Using his body to get into the defender. Collins cleared himself enough space. Good finish with the left hand.
Oklahoma High School Player of the Year last year. 3-time Class 2A Player of the Year. Here's Spears. Northweather. Back to Northweather. Working on Roberts. And threw it away. Here's Collins. Collins has that one squatted out of there by Duke Miles.
Yeah, what a play.
Here's Miles the other way. Draws the contact. Count the basket. He will head to the free throw line.
How do you get on a little bit of a run? You make defensive plays. Forsythe has been active. A steal and going the other way, and Miles makes a play. He came out of nowhere. This is an easy-looking bucket, and he trailed the play and made a fabulous block. And when they go the other way, look at the pump fake. The stop's got 2 guys in the air. Contact goes to the free throw line. Just the effort of Miles and Forsythe has gotten his crowd involved.
Miles left it short on the free throw. Young man who played last year at High Point, but 3 years at Troy before that. Back the other way.
And how rare is that miss? He's an 88% free throw shooter.
Corner 3, too strong. Northweather the rebound. Here's an opportunity. Maybe it gives yourself a little 2-for-1. If you're Oklahoma, Fears wasting little time getting it to the paint. Taylor has that shot blocked by Tyler Nickel. $15 on the shot clock, 36 basically on the game clock. The 6-0 Oklahoma run to cut this thing to 5. Vanderbilt's largest lead was 13 at 28-15. McLaughlin heading to the bench. Got those 2 fouls. Don't want to risk it right here before halftime. Fears. Northweather, long 3. Not too long for the big fella.
Great spot up shooter. He's got a good stroke. Smart play by Fears. Draw the double team, kick it to your big man who was given good minutes in this first half for Oklahoma.
It's now a 9-0 run to cut this to a 2-point game.
And it's really been guys that coming off the bench, helping out, giving some energy, and that's what you need when the starters are not playing as well. But Fears took the ball deep enough to where J.Q. Roberts had to help out enough because Fears is so good with the ball. Luke Northweather, good spot-up shooter. 36% beyond the three-point line.
The redshirt sophomore was the 2021 Missouri Gatorade High School Player of the Year. Came in a 35% three-point shooter and shows you he is very comfortable from long range. And Oklahoma's starting to get more comfortable inside the Lloyd Noble Center as they are shooting 50% from the field, 50% from behind the arc. Boy, the last 2 minutes for Oklahoma have been very impressive to get back into this game. Vanderbilt had complete control of the tempo, creating turnovers, just really dominated.
And all done, Jalen Moore's been on the bench, you know, kind of quietly. It's been guys that maybe you didn't expect. Forsythe with big minutes and energy, active defensively and offensively.
Shot clock's turned off. Here's Tanner. Back to Hogarth. Tough shot. Oh my goodness. Falling out of bounds behind the backboard. Edwards buries it. Edwards will finish the half with 14. He and McLaughlin combined for 30 of Vanderbilt's 40 points.
Sometimes it doesn't even look like a shot. This isn't picture perfect form. Looks like he kind of tosses it up, but this is how he shoots the ball. And very confident. Over just in front of that backboard, so it all counts.
Still a good run to finish the half for Oklahoma to cut this thing to 4 as they trail by as many as 13, but they end the half on a 9-2 run in a 40-36 ball game. Time to get you to Peter Burns, Ron Slade, Damian Fishback, all in the studio. Here's your halftime report, guys.
Where you get it from, but if you come off the bench, can you turn the favor back to your team? And Forsythe did that.
You see the numbers in the first half. Vanderbilt shoots 47%. Again, Oklahoma shoots it extremely well, 50%. But the problem was for them was turnovers. They had 11 turnovers. And Vanderbilt outscored Oklahoma 10-2 in points off turnovers. If you're Mark Byington, your thoughts after 20 minutes? You feeling pretty good? We got to button up this. What are you thinking?
I think you like how you played early in that half. Yeah. I mean, I think Oklahoma's had a hard time defending Vanderbilt, and there's a perfect example. They just had a hard time defending Vanderbilt. So I think the coaching staff for the Commodores have to feel really good. Now, they've got to do a better job. Oklahoma shooting the ball well. If they don't turn it over, great pass, great pass.
Right out of the locker room, Fears with the assist to Godwin.
If Oklahoma does not turn it over, obviously they're a good shooting team. They can win this game on their home floor.
Vanderbilt has 8 more shots in the first half than Oklahoma.
They have had a tough time defending Edwards and his quickness, but everybody does.
Stay with Vanderbilt. Go back to that last Oklahoma possession.
Well, pretty much set play, first play of the half. High screen, you're going to the hoop. Great job by Fears. Soft touch on a pass. Important so the big man can handle it.
Timeout taken by Vanderbilt before the 5-second violation. And that'll be our first called timeout of the second half, which means it's time for us to step aside as well. Back in a moment. Been against ranked teams. As a matter of fact, this is the second straight stretch for Oklahoma of the season where they have played 5. They're beginning a stretch of 5 against ranked opponents. They had that little stretch earlier. I mean, it just, there's no, I can say it for anybody. I mean, but it's just crazy what this league does to you.
It's a tough league if you don't rebound well.
Yes.
And the Sooners don't rebound well. And we saw that last year, like a team like Missouri that's rebounding better this year did not rebound well. And this is a league that just punishes you on both ends of the court. And that's one area the Sooners have really struggled with in certain ball games.
Yeah, Texas A&M dominated them in their last game on the backboard, but Oklahoma still had a chance, but got to be a little bit better, according to Coach Mosier.
But how about Fears' ball handling right through that pressure and gets it right down the middle and kicks it out. Great play.
Miles with 9 points, assist to Goodeye. Here's McLaughlin.
And you can tell the Sooners already more active defensively. This guy's hard to stay in front of.
Hogard back to nickel. Three-pointer off the mark. Fears wastes little time.
Deep.
Good eye for
Deep.
three. Got it.
Shooter. Man, he just got past it. Seemed like the half court. He was stepping into it.
First lead of the game for Oklahoma.
Keep an eye on the Sooners defensively. Communication's better, but you got to stay with this guy.
Edwards lost the handle, and it'll be Oklahoma basketball. Hogard taking a break. Edwards taking a break. Huffman on the floor along with Tyler Tanner.
And quick substitution for Bynington. Two new guards in. Fears, Dave, is playing with a level of confidence. He did it in that first half, but already he's got the ball in his hand more, and he's made a couple plays for teammates.
Fears dumps it inside. Fears right to the rim. Too easy for Jeremiah Fears.
He could be a difference maker, one of the better players in this league. He has upped his game in the first 2.5 minutes of this second half.
Tyler Tanner gets the switch. The first live ball turnover for Tyler Tanner this year.
Surprisingly. But take a look at Jeremiah Fears. He is on a little roll at the start of this half. Sooners up 4. And they have rattled, their defense has rattled Vanderbilt.
Well, that is newsworthy right there. Tyler Tanner, the freshman, his third turnover of the year, but the first one in game action. And right now, Devin McLaughlin a little upset with the way Fears is taking control of this game.
And McLaughlin wanted a hook. And at one point there was a hook. But I think the whistle was blown earlier by the bump. He got bumped as he's driving. Watch this. Here's the bump. Now the hook. But the whistle on the far side on the first part. He hooked him after. The whistle had already blown. Then Doug Shouse came in from this side. OU people here wanted and one.
Here's Moore, has been quiet. Goodine has not been quiet.
How about that rotation? That is pure.
Goodine up to 7. Couple of three-pointers here to start the second half. And the Sooners lead is 7. Collision underneath, kept alive by the doors. Huffman left it short. Rebound to Godwin.
You got two guys that are on a roll. Fears, Goodine.
Moore. He rattles that one home. Another 3 for the Sooners. Timeout Vanderbilt. How about Oklahoma starting this half 6 for 6, and 4 of those are from behind the arc.
Sooners came out of the locker room in the second half on a roll. Doesn't matter who shoots it. And each of the guys, Dave, the ball is movement, but everything is from their defensive end. Commodore's not getting into anything. They have had turnovers, and all of a sudden, Oklahoma shooting like they always. Their traps are better. Their blockouts are better. And then Jeremiah Fears, because of his ability with the ball to create for his teammates or himself, that started it. Goodines knocked in a couple. And you know what? Welcome back, Jalen Moore. He didn't have a very good first half, and see what he can do in the second half.
Moore with 7 points, just 3 field goal attempts in this game. Jalen Moore, third in the conference in scoring at 18 a game. Carey getting some work here in the second half for Vanderbilt, wearing number 22 on the floor now. And a reach-in foul against Miles. Both of the near side officials saw it.
Energy is so different now for this Oklahoma team on the defensive end. And where does the answer come from the Commodores?
Corner 3, no good. Moore has the rebound. Boy, Moore is just a big physical presence at 6'7".
And Fear's ability off the bounce. Oh, man, that's a no look, but it was right idea. Missed it by about 3 feet.
Time it on the floor. Sooners by 10.
Oklahoma works on the fact that they want to chase Jason Edwards off the screens. They got to stay tight to it. That time he picked up a foul, but very aggressive by Miles defensively.
Well, the Vanderbilt bench just shows you the look of consternation as they don't know what's hit them. It's an 18-0 run. Here's Collins working that baseline. Nowhere to go. Tanner.
Good switch.
Nickel in traffic. And a shot clock violation. Collins didn't realize the clock was down to 2 when he put his hands on the basketball.
So remember, Tyler Nickel has really just been on a roll shooting the ball. So they're making him take it to the rim. That time he got bumped, but they're not calling little bumps this afternoon.
Boy, Taylor, nice job not losing the basketball, but nowhere to go now.
Got to stay close to Goodine. He has hit a couple bombs.
Throws it up off the window, and a foul by Jason Edwards. That'll be his first, the team's second. Free throws coming up for this Oklahoma team. Shoots it really well at the free throw line, 79.9%.
It's incredible as a team to be an 80% free throw team. Think of Goodine. He did not take a shot in the first half. Now he's hit 2 threes in his second half. Misses that foul shot.
Well, we have a terrific women's quadruple header for you Sunday right here on this very network. 5 top 15 teams. Auburn and second-ranked South Carolina get it started at noon Eastern, followed by Mississippi State and 7th-ranked LSU. Then at 4 Eastern, number 12 Kentucky, 13th-ranked Oklahoma right here in Norman. And, of course, the day capped off with 5th-ranked Texas and Texas A&M in College Station.
Dave, one of the keys when you play Vanderbilt, you got to stay on the ground. They're a great ball-faking team, especially Edwards, Hogard, when they get to the paint. You got to stay down.
Edwards. That shot dropped in the first half, not here in the second half. Fears working on Tanner.
Wow, she good off the bounce. Yeah. Really good.
There is no doubt he's a different mindset here in the second half.
He's in attack mode. Yeah. He's got a smile on his face like there's not anybody in the black uniform that can defend him. And he might be right.
Up to 13 points now for Jeremiah Fears. No guard.
Good block.
More the other way.
That might have been Glenn Taylor Jr. that got that block.
Taken away by Tanner. among the best in the league at picking pockets, and thought there was a foul, maybe a goaltending there, as the ball was on the backboard, but no whistle.
We keep talking about Jeremiah Fears, and everybody knows him as a shooter, but I'm so impressed with his ability off the bounce to attack and to finish however he wants to finish. Totally dominating this game, and most of it's off his handle.
Some good freshmen out here. Tyler Tanner, Dayton Forsythe, Jeremiah Fears. Vanderbilt might use Michaela Blakes right about now, who scored 53.
She can score it now.
An NCAA freshman scoring mark, the Vanderbilt Commodore freshman against Florida in their last game. Just wondering what, perhaps going back to look to see if there was a goaltending.
I don't think so. They didn't call anything.
Yeah, I wonder what they would.
You can't check that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Well, we'll get an update right here from Will Howard. Oh. Simple. Who had the foul? Pretty simple.
You're simple?
I'm trying to make this thing like a CSI investigation, right?
You're going all the way back a couple minutes trying to investigate. Yeah. Now the Vanderbilt coaching staff was hoping they were taking a look back at something further. Commodores now have to find an answer for themselves on both ends of the floor.
Just incredible what has happened here in the first 6.5 minutes of this half. I mean, it is hard to believe Oklahoma trailed by 4 and they lead by 15, make it 17.
Vanderbilt was dominating this game.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes.
Half,
yeah, crazy how well they played.
At pace, how they want to do offensively, defensively, and it has totally changed.
Up and under.
Bogart is so good with the ball, making passes that teammates can catch.
That is just their second field goal of the second half. Here's Forsythe. Got a mismatch with Carey. Fires away, a little bit short. Look at Forsythe. This is what he did in the first half. The last couple of minutes, he set the tempo for Oklahoma.
We may call it a simple overplay, but it's a tough physical overplay by Forsythe on the bounce pass. And you try to throw a bounce pass defensively. If you're a guy on defense, you're going to knock it away. Look at that elbow in his chin. Didn't matter. Smart play, though, Dave, was, too, that once he got it, you roll away from a defender. Trying to hand it to his teammate. Still got possession with a jump ball.
Well, that last Vanderbilt basket stopped a 23-0 Oklahoma run.
Bad pass, but it's all Taylor's fault. He did not understand this guy was getting trapped at half court.
Here's Edwards working on Forsythe, and that'll be a bumping foul against the freshman wearing number 7.
Big difference with a guy like Jason Edwards, who is a career scorer no matter where he's played. Been around a while now, matched up with a freshman, so he's smart. He's going to take the ball into the freshman, get contact, go to the free throw line. Edwards now over 1,000 points in his collegiate career. 85% free throw shooter, so very comfortable when he goes to the foul line.
Edwards 84%, and he gets there a bunch. That's his 112th free throw attempt of the year. So Moore checks in for Jeremiah Fears, a youngster out of Joliet, Illinois, taking a breather. Young man should still be in high school. Reclassified to get here to Oklahoma.
Wouldn't like to play him in high school at this stage.
No. Oklahoma went on a 32-4 run over a 10-minute span.
And now they've got to maintain, I think, their pace. Vanderbilt changing it up. Yep. They've had 2 half-court traps, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. Remember the first half. Oklahoma turned it over way too many times, especially early in that half.
He had 11 turnovers in that first half.
And it's a momentum builder for the opponent. Now Vanderbilt maybe gets on a little roll. Tough matchup for Forsythe.
Well, they get the switch. Edwards working on the 6'11 Northweather and wins the battle.
It's an automatic when it switches. Northweather ought to just be yelling, help!
Yeah,
help!
Right. Pressure from the Commodores. Sooners get it to Moore. Jalen Moore, that one's blocked by McLaughlin. Devin can't believe it. Mark Byington can't believe it. That'll get us to a timeout. The 12:04 mark. Oklahoma dominating here in the second half.
Now they've picked up a quick 4 in his second half.
So Moore and Edwards catching up a little bit.
Look like kinder words there than they had maybe in the first half.
So here is Jalen Moore at the free throw line. He's an 85% free throw shooter. This is kind of a strange day for them at the line.
They have missed some free throws. And their best free throw shooters are missing free throws.
1 out of 2 for Moore. That'll push his total up to 8 points. He's 3 out of 6 at the line. Edwards. Carey.
Would you call that an arm bar that Edwards put on?
That's a good term for that. That's a good term for that.
Offensive arm bar.
That's a 3, in and out. Carey had it, lost it. It will stay with Vanderbilt.
How quickly can Jason Edwards get that shot off the bounce? No matter what, you're too late. You're not going to get to it.
Carey. Tyler Tanner got it to go from the free throw line. Don't see that shot much more in the game.
So here's what's interesting, Dave. There's a double team on Carey, but the double team then split. He stepped through it, allows for an easy pass to a teammate.
Oh, rejected by Carey. A big-time swat.
We better check Goodine's right shoulder. Holy smoke. He's going to throw this down, and Taylor Carey says not here.
Oklahoma retains possession, though. Here's Fears.
Loves this matchup.
Boy, more over here right in front of us waiting to catch and shoot, and there it is. Misses badly. Now Fears will try for 3. That's no good. Carey the rebound and a foul on Godwin.
Unbelievable hustle by Devin McLaughlin. He was on one side of the floor, and when there was an offensive rebound, he sprinted and got close enough to Fears that Fears knew he was coming. Didn't have to run, didn't have to hustle, wasn't even part of his play. But he did it. Made for the miss.
Tyler Tanner with 1 assist today.
Wow,
Takes it all the way to the rim. Oh, my goodness. Tyler Tanner at 6 feet elevates. It wasn't a clean flush, but boy, was it impressive.
Oh, my goodness. So Fears is guarding Tanner, and Fears didn't pay attention to how quickly Tanner could go by you. We know Tanner's quick. He's explosive. And when he got off this dribble, watch this, and now he goes up. He's only 6 feet tall. It wasn't a clean dunk, but it was impressive.
Boom. Took it right at the 6'7" Jalen Moore. Now
Now, Oklahoma, they've had problems with this pressure.
10 minutes to go. Here's Fears working on Carey. Reverse layup. Everybody in the building thought he was going to give it up.
Hello. I'm giving him 2.5 points.
Magnon looked like it hit the back of the backboard. Tapped around. Here's Tanner.
I'm guessing they're saying the bottom of it and not behind it. Well, it's becoming a war inside. Guys fighting, throwing. SEC basketball.
Forsythe. Inside on Edwards. He got it.
Scouting report on Oklahoma. Make guys put it on the floor because they're too good as shooters. But they can also finish at the rim.
Like that, Edwards finishes at the rim.
It is a game of guard play right now, partner, and spectacular. This is as good a shot as you're going to see made by Jeremiah Fears. Look at this. Spin, kissed it off the glass, little twist, and on the other end, take the hit, finish the play. A game of guards has entered second half.
I don't know what Edwards keeps talking about. Somebody hit his arm. Well, he's hit the free throw line.
Yeah, they gave him the bucket.
And he converts the free throw.
I guess the only thing he could be talking about is on the other end when Forsythe made the move, maybe grabbed his arm to get around him.
9-point game. Oklahoma has led by 17, as many as 17 in this game. They trailed by 13 in the first half. Forsythe. Moore.
Well, how do you break a half-court trap? Just move it ahead, find your shooters more comfortable with his shot.
McLaughlin. I think we got a hold against Oklahoma.
Well, the bad part, it should have been a travel on Magnon. He lost his footing, simply traveled. And if you don't call that, then you get a foul on Oklahoma.
Foul on Forsythe. That's his second, team sixth. Boy, McLaughlin has been quiet. He had that huge first half with 16 points, but nothing in the last 13 minutes. There he is underneath, and that stops the streak. Boy, and Jeremiah Fears says he got hit right in the face.
And they will go check it right away. See how good a salesman he either is or isn't.
The previous action is under review.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, he definitely got hit.
Yep.
Question was
it a basketball play?
Was it unnecessary and intentional?
Well, he got hit the second time.
You hear the crowd reacting. You know, it's one of those things. I don't have a quote. I don't want to say what I want to say. Dog, right. I don't want to get in trouble. But it looks like he was just trying to get his arm free. That'd be my first impression.
It seems to me like a basketball play, but I'm older.
Yeah,
so, it seems like a basketball play. Now, smart play by Jeremiah Fears. He's trying to sell it.
Yes.
After further review, we determined it was a incidental contact. It will be Oklahoma's ball on the baseline.
Officials must be as old as I am.
Crowd doesn't like it, but I think you got to check the two things: unnecessary, and intentional.
Yeah. And McLaughlin's just trying to free up the arm to catch the ball.
Yeah,
he was good with it.
Is there some juice in the building? Oh, got a little feisty crowd now here.
A couple things can always get a crowd involved. Your team plays well, or the officials make a call that the crowd doesn't like, the home crowd. Oklahoma's got to continue to try to solve Vanderbilt's half-court trap, and then they get back to a man-to-man defense.
Corner three is perfect from Glenn Taylor.
It's if they don't turn it over, Oklahoma's a pretty hard team to put half-court, any kind of zone pressure on, because they shoot it so well.
Back to a 13-point lead for the Sooners.
Anytime you trap it one area or zone it in one area, if the ball moves, they're going to find their shooters. And that time, Taylor, wide open, knocked it home.
You know, one of the things that you alluded to is that Oklahoma's got to be a better rebounding team, John, and they are up 11 in the rebounding department today.
Impressive. They weren't impressive the first, 13 minutes of this game?
Good look at it from MJ Collins. Nothing there. McLaughlin hits the deck.
Heck of a board by Duke Miles at only 6'2". Guards have to come back and rebound also.
Here's Forsythe working on Mignon. He got fouled and will head to the free throw line. So Oklahoma leads it by 13. The Sooners have found their range in the second half. They are 6 of 9 from behind the arc. Glenn Taylor getting in on the action as well. Sooners looking sharp.
I'm all about my business. I ain't even close to finish.
Her from Cornell. First team all Ivy League team. Unanimous a year ago.
So Forsythe will head to the free throw line. Forsythe, 78% foul shooter. He is now 8 out of 10 on the year. At his best game scoring-wise against Alcorn State at 14 points, at 4 threes, also had 7 assists in that game.
And a very big comfort level for the coaching staff. More minutes every game, and I mentioned he had 21 minutes against A&M. He's played quite a few minutes this afternoon.
Here's Hogard, guarded by Moore. Edwards catch and shoot. Rolls around the rim. Moore the rebound. 14-point lead for the Sooners. Again, trailed by 4 at halftime. Northweather hit one from out there in the first half. Moore. Forsythe, shot clock in single digits. He'll step into a 3 and off the mark. Rebound Edwards.
Not a bad look, but I would have loved to have seen Northweather try to find a post because he had Edwards on it.
That one rattles in and out. Collins keeps it alive. Boy, offensive foul.
It's a pretty easy call, I think. Smart play by Forsythe. Anytime you're that aggressive by MJ Collins.
Porter Mosier told us today on these, talking about offensive fouls and stuff, on that first big contact, he's telling us, guys, you really got to sell that on that first contact.
Well, you get set, and after that contact, if there's a second one, they're going to call it. But that one, I mean, you lower your shoulder like that, and you're right in front of the official.
That's going to leave a mark. Although there's a lot of marks on Forsythe. Got that black eye already.
What a move.
Oh, and count it for Moore.
What a move. There is not a lot of room when you drive baseline and they cut you off to spin between another defender. You got to split the defenders. Watch this. Here's the spin. Split the defenders. Draw contact. Get it up on the glass and finish. And that's special.
One shot for Moore. 3 of 6 to line today. Want that one to go down calmly. It's another decent run by Oklahoma. This one a 7-0 run right now by the Sooners. 17-point advantage.
Good hands by Miles. goes.
Moore working on Edwards. Lost it. There's Forsythe. He can't clean it up. Now the Commodores in a hurry the other way. Edwards. In and out. Boy, how many shots from Vanderbilt have spun out?
And I tell you what's impressive, Dave. Both teams, all players getting back defensively when you don't think you're in the play. Wow, let's watch this kid play.
Fierce.
They told me he could shoot it. I just didn't know his handles were like this. Special.
What a second half for Jeremiah Fears. He's up to 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Fears chasing it down, trying again. Nice pass, and Miles will kick it back out. Forsythe to Moore. Around the perimeter to Taylor. He'll fire.
And look how quickly the ball has been moving this half. Totally different than the first 10 minutes of this ball game.
Edwards. Nothing doing for Edwards. Here's Moore working on nickel. Jalen Moore bumped at the free throw line. That'll be the 10th team foul against Vanderbilt, so 2 free throws for Jalen Moore. I mean, this is just a crazy game. I mean, a 13-point lead by Vanderbilt in the first half. They looked like they were about to run out of the gym here with a big-time victory.
It totally dominated that first 13 minutes. And it flipped. And I do think guys like Forsythe that came off the bench and gave energy to the Sooner squad before the first half. And in the second half, this Sooner team has come out. Defensively, they're better, not turning it over as much. And this guy on the foul line, Jalen Moore, much more aggressive in the half-court set. Does not miss many free throws. Has missed a couple this afternoon.
So Moore got that one to drop. It's now a 10-0 run. There was a 23-0 run also packaged into this second half for Oklahoma. 23-0 run against this Vanderbilt team. A really good Vanderbilt team.
Yeah.
Moore. Boy, Vanderbilt just can't hold on to the ball, and Moore knows what to do with it.
Hey, what a great athlete. 6'7", and I mean, he took that ball on a dead sprint right to the bucket.
Finally, Vanderbilt, tough shot. Grant Huffman hanging in the air.
The degree of difficulty Vanderbilt has had to try to score with. My goodness. It's a show.
Sonny.
Well, hey, welcome to Norman.
Jeremiah Fears with 19 points. McLaughlin, he rips the net. It's been a while for McLaughlin. He had 16 in the first half, now 5 here in the second half, up to 21. Devin's season high is 24. Here's Spears working on Tanner. Oh, the no look to Taylor.
Stop it. Stop it.
Fears is a highlight reel here in the second half.
What a treat for us to be sitting right here. What a show he's put on.
Collins fouled on the 3 by Fears.
A dominant second half by this Sooner team from the defensive side. Sometimes not talked about, but they have played defense. They've been aggressive. And then the athletic ability of Jalen Moore to split the seam. The Sooners up big.
5 right now. They're in the NCAA tournament field as a number 10 seed right now. You got to win some of these home games. And this is a good quality win for them as Vanderbilt came in with this one with a, of course, 24th ranking, but a number 9 seed attached to their name, according to Joe Lenardi.
Well, and it's, you know, every game's hard. But you think after this game, they go to Auburn, Then they have Tennessee at home. Then they travel to Missouri. That's their next 3 games. Like, welcome to the SEC.
Collins off the back of the rim. Fears in this half, 10 points, 3 assists. Moore had 4 points in the first half. He's up to 13 in the second half.
And I don't think we've seen Vanderbilt struggle in this stretch this year like we've seen them in this ball game. They got 9 turnovers in this second half alone, and normally they don't turn it over.
Good decision. Get the ball to that guy.
Man, he's been good with the ball. I watched a lot of games, watched a lot of Oklahoma games, watched him shoot the ball, but his handles are so good out front.
3 minutes to play. Working on Tanner. Here's Moore. McLaughlin gave him a little bit of room, just enough for Moore to take advantage.
What a combo there. Fears and Moore if you're going to play a pick and roll, pick and pop game. You want to switch it? Put a smaller body on Moore. It's going to be tough.
McLaughlin will try another 3. This one too strong. Fears with that rebound. That's number 6 for him. He's a triple-double waiting to happen. He's had a couple of games where he's had double-figure points and 9 rebounds, 8 assists. And it just keeps doing it. It is.
It's a show. They've had some great ones here do it, and he is putting on a show this afternoon.
McLaughlin underneath, gets his own miss. Left hand won't go. Taps again a couple of times right to Taylor. Forsythe, pull up 3. Got it.
Dave, what a second half for Oklahoma.
You know,
it's unbelievable how they're shooting it.
Oklahoma shooting it so well in here. There's a guy that played here a few times back in the day.
Oh, my goodness.
John Sundvold, right there with the basket. It was just your freshman year, baseline jumper. Only had 4 points in your freshman year, but every year after, you got your point total up. See, it took assist away. He dribbled it too many times.
How about that? You guys dug deep.
That was your freshman year. You lost your freshman year here, your sophomore year here, but then you won your junior and senior year. In your senior year, though,
how'd I do?
I think you put on a show. I think it was something like 28. Am I correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
We're walking down the tunnel coming into shoot around this morning, and John says, man, my senior year, I lit this place up.
You know, I played against that year, played against the great Wayman Tisdale, was a freshman. And, you know, rest in peace. Wayman, one of the greatest players collegially in the history of college basketball, but one of the greatest human beings that anybody's ever got to know and like, and all these Sooner fans got to enjoy. And those of us in the old Big 8 loved playing against Wayman and liked being his friend.
You walk in the building down the tunnel and you see some of the great players.
Oh, my goodness.
Buddy Hield, Trey Young, Wayman Tisdale, Stacey King, just Alvin Adams. I mean, there have been some unbelievable players through this program.
Well, we know about Oklahoma. When you go down to Heisman Park, they got 7 Heisman players here. Great move by Forsythe. What a great afternoon. But you know what? They're legendary basketball. You know, like you say, Wayman, Trey, Buddy, Hollis, Stacey. They got one-name guys, too, that you walk in and go, they've got a great history here in Sooner basketball.
You know what's a shame is guys like Jeremiah Fears could be one-and-done type players, and if they stayed 2 or 3 years, imagine what that would look like. You know, it's just the nature of the game. It's for many of these guys as good as he. It's too good to pass up.
I'd like to see him play about 2 or 3 years at the collegiate level to get his game better.
Yeah, it's pretty good right now.
It's good.
But good. The growth. Here's a kid that once again should be a senior in high school this year.
But you can go back last game, being scouted. You know, he's scoreless against A&M. They bottled him up and frustrated him. There's things you learn from this level. Now you can go to the next level, and you can be a two-way guy, or however they do it. You play a little bit here and play a little bit there. But you can't blame any of the young men for how they do what they do for their future. But it is a treat to watch Jeremiah Fears play.
21 points today, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And he'll call it an afternoon. Boy, this has just been some kind of display in the second half for Oklahoma. Could be their best half of basketball all year. Really, against, I mean,
Well,
you're looking at a top 25 team.
Yeah, it just gives them energy. I mean, Vanderbilt, you're right, top 25 team. And again, let's just go back. First 13 minutes, Vanderbilt dominated this game. But this, you talk about a confident Oklahoma squad, they needed this one.
Miles in double figures. That's 4 Sooners in double figures, led by Fears with 21. Jalen Moore got his 19 after a 4-point first half.
And another steal and another turnover. Sooners shooting 62% from the field this afternoon.
Sooners shooting 72% in the second half. 72% in the second half. This is what's in store, though. They need some momentum. Look at that slide coming up for them. Auburn, Tennessee, Missouri, LSU, and Florida. My goodness, what a run.
Yeah, good luck. It's just tough. It's a gauntlet. But again, what the Sooners do well is they shoot the ball well. They've got great shooters. They move the ball well. Now, cut your turnovers down, rebound a little bit. They can play with anybody. You take a look, again, the teams they've beaten this season, it's impressive. Arizona, Michigan, Louisville, Oklahoma State. Teams that are really good. Georgia Tech, really good.
Well, the Sooners going to go to 16-5, 3-5 in the league. Vanderbilt's going to go to 16-5, 4-4.
And Vanderbilt has to, you flush this one out a little bit because they now have to travel to Gainesville and play Florida next week.
And Florida's going to be a little hot under the collar after getting walloped today.
What that score? Surprising.
I don't know what was more surprising, the lack of points by Florida or the fact that they lost by 20. I mean, they were both shocking numbers. I mean, 44 points. I know Tennessee is elite.
Yeah,
I mean, they set the bar for defense, but still, the Gators score as good as anybody in the country.
And Tennessee didn't have Sakai Ziegler.
Yeah, crazy. So the Sooners get this much-needed win. They will have now won 3 of their last 4. And see if they can ride this confidence to their next outing against the #1 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers. Great night for the Sooners and their freshman Fears. 21 points. They get 19 from Moore, and they shut down the Commodores in the second half.
Impressive, Dave. Again, they shoot the ball well. It shot lights out in the second half. Great win.
72% in the second half, 58% for behind the arc. Our final score, 97-67. They trailed by 13 in the first half and win it by 30. Man, for John Sunvold, the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Nielsen.